Dave here, how are you? And welcome to What's in Arthur's Toolbox number 27. Last week I did say that I was going to do the chamfer plane, and we will move on to that, but at the moment what I wanted to do was share with you a little image of what Arthur had done with his tools, the chisels, to actually do inlay. Now I have a china cabinet that was passed down to me, and at the top of the china cabinet is this oval that has been created with beautiful inlay work. I don't know what type of timber it is. Maybe it's a silky oak, but it's a yellowish timber against the dark timber in the background. Now, I also found out a trick of the trade today from a colleague, and he told me how they created this 3D effect. And it was to put the edge of the timber into hot sand. Now, I don't know if they went down to the beach for this. I doubt it. I would suggest, now I don't know this, but I would suggest they would have had a cast iron frying pan of some sort, put sand in it, put it on a fire, heat the sand up, pop it up and down and have a watch, see if the colour changes in the timber. So they're basically scorching the timber a little bit. They'd have to do that before they did the final cut, because they'd probably find that timber would shrink up a little bit more once they heated it. So there you go. What a beautiful job he did. Here we go. On to the chamfer plane. Now the chamfer plane, I've got this other camera just here. I think this is a homemade job. Now the reason I say so is, this is a file. This part here is a file. It's got a sharp end on it. Down in the section there, you can see the file protrudes, or the blade protrudes there. It's been sharpened. The area here on the brass is not extremely well cut. It looks like it's been drilled out, and then just a bit of a file, and that's about it. The area of the front of the plane here in the timber looks to be a little bit thin for really supporting a screw going in there to hold this. This is a depth stop, by the way, so to hold that. So it looks like larger screws have gone in there over time where the thread has stripped in the timber in the body of the plane. What else has it got? It's got a different type of timber on the wedge to the body of the plane. The brass, I don't know too much about metal working back in those days, but I would suggest it may have been an off-the-shelf to support the wedge. I'm not sure. Also down here, this is not 100% square. This is not 100% 90 degrees. It is a little obtuse to 90 degrees and a little acute to 90 degrees at the back. So they're the reasons that I think that it's possibly a homemade job. But very, very nice anyway. Now, I'm guessing you want to see it in action, so that's the next thing we'll do. I've got a piece of timber in the vise, and for the people that don't know what a chamfer is, it's just creating a 45-degree angle on a piece of timber. So this here is a chamfer, and I did this one with Arthur's chamfer plane, and it did it fine, but possibly against the grain. So I'll do it on another piece of timber, see how we go. So I have it set so that the blade is protruding ever so a little bit past this stop. Now the width of the blade there, I can pull this blade back up into the body, and that will make a smaller chamfer. There we go. So I'm going to do it on this piece of timber here. That's it. Got it. And back the other way again. There you go. There we go. Now it didn't go as smoothly as I thought it would, but I ended up with a really nice result. Very, very handy, and for doing all the chamfers around the edges of boards, couldn't ask for better. Right, next week, again, might seem mundane, but I have here two little items that Arthur would have used a lot. An oil can, and if you can find an oil can like that these days, you're doing well, and a bit of candlestick, obviously for wax. Come back next week and I'll go through the maintenance. See you next time. Don't forget, if you think it's worth a like, click the like button down there. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Social media in the box down the bottom. Come back next week. Tell your friends. See you next time. Bye.